I don't know where did she inherited this, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Because whatever she inherited and she had in her, she was a simple person. She was not an educated person. She finished probably middle school. At that time, that was it, you could finish. But somehow the life that she lived was teaching her. Somehow she had this inside her that she could have an open mind, and I don't know how this came to her, but she did develop this, what is the proper word? I don't know what to say. I say she was life-wise probably the smartest woman in the world for me as a child. The way she was guiding us, explaining things to us. Her goodness. She never hated anybody. Through all her life. Always appreciate everybody with a smile. She always said, you can accomplish so much more with your smile than with your hardness and being rough with somebody. And that's why I be honest. Me and my sister, we grew up more or less always with a smile, with a hope. As bad as somebody is, we always feel we can make him better if we approach him the proper way. We devote our time and friendship to this person or persons. We can change him. Right after the war, when we were liberated and we were told we can go back home, Mom says, let's go home. So here we are. We walked to Brzostek. Came to Brzostek, went straight to our house, but the house was damaged. We couldn't live in it. So, but she says, why don't we go to the basement, make ourselves comfortable in the basement, and let's live here and wait and see the family coming back. Okay. We wait a week, 2, 3. Nobody comes back. Nobody. So then she says, it's no good. Nobody's from the family is coming here. Nobody's left, probably. So let's move out and let's go to a bigger town. So we went to Tarnów. So when we came to Tarnów about maybe 3-4 weeks after the end of the war, there were few Jewish people like us, not people from Tarnów, but from the surrounding villages, same way. They came probably to their village. Nobody there, and they didn't want to stay there. So they went to larger city, and the group of Jewish people was growing Every day new ones came who survived, hiding, not many, but people who survived Auschwitz or other concentration camp from the area. Not many, but there were quite a few that came in. And then all of a sudden, Jews start coming in who survived in the Soviet Union. In the army or not in the army. There was a Russian army or Polish army that they were in the Soviet Union. So they used to come. So basically it was maybe over 200 Jewish people living in Tarnów. And of course we start our life in Tarnów. Well, first thing Mom says, okay kids, you need to go to school. School? Yeah, to school. Okay. So, takes one by hand and goes to one of the schools. Then she went first with my sister. Then she went with me. They took my sister. When I came to school, they said no. He's too old to go to the first grade. Mom says, but I want him to go to school. Principal says, I don't know what you want to do, but I cannot put him to first grade. So my mom says, what do you think if I hire a private teacher? He or she will teach him. Would you agree to give him a test and see if he's on the level that he's already can go to the second grade? And tell me for how long you want me to give him lessons, and what grade you feel that you can accept him to school. He says, maybe that's not a bad idea. Let's do it. Give him lessons when the teacher is going to say that feels comfortable for me to give him a test, bring him in. And we see how it goes. So that's what happened. I was taking private lessons. After 2 months, she goes to the principal. He is ready. Already? He says, yeah, teacher told me you can do it. So he took me there. He said, no, okay, let's go with the second grade now. So we were going till I hit the 6th grade. And then he says, okay, 6th grade, I'm taking him. And that's when I start public school. Finally, in 1957, there was an agreement made between a new leader of the Communist Party who came to power and the government of Israel. He got connected and he agreed for Jewish people in Poland, permit them to go to Israel, only Israel, because that was the agreement. If they are clean from being anti-communist, because if they anti-communist, they go to jail. They're not going to let them out. That's normal. You go to Siberia, not to Israel. Anyway, joking. So Mom applied, we got the papers, and we left for Israel 1957. It was tough. In a way, we were kind of not happy. We went, they gave us a place in the desert, basically. Sand. Was no house or anything, it was like something, from aluminum made, hot. It was tough. It was tough. The only good thing, we had family there. So we were kind of thankful that we came across our family there. Right after the war, soon after the war, after a little bit settled, for example, I mentioned that my parents had our main house and then another smaller house on the side. My mom went and they gave him, the Miwat family, the house as a gift for thank you what they did to us. Plus, every year, for Christmas, she used to send them packages. She used to be in touch with them. When she was in Poland, when we lived, almost every week she was going to Brzostek to visit everybody. But when we moved, she always wrote letters, packages, or later on, send a few dollars. Well, when I came to the United States, it was 1961. I decided I was in Israel, was very tough. And I asked Mom, what do you think if I would go to America? She wasn't happy, but she agreed. She had 3 sisters and a brother that came here in 1920s. So after the war, they wrote a letter to Brzostek, if anybody survived. The town gave her the letters, so she was in contact with them, writing letters. So when I decided, she wrote a letter to a sister, if she can send papers for me. And she sent papers for me. I got a permission to immigrate to United States. And that's what I came in 1961. Well, I came here, not a word of English. And of course, no money, with the exception of $5 Mom gave me on a trip. That was it. So I came to my end. I stood with her, the one who sent the papers. After a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, visiting the family, 1, 2, here, there. You need to get a job. She tells me, you have to go and get a job. You cannot sit home all day long. I say, yeah, but what to get a job? No profession, no nothing. So I was going with her son, my cousin. He was taking me, we were riding and going to places, gas stations, some factories or stores, if they need somebody to work. Every time they walk, they start talking to me, not a word, because I don't know what to say. But he doesn't speak English. No, nothing. One of my cousins had been friendly with a family that had a factory. And she told them, listen, and they were also refugees, but they came in 1946, right after the war. they came to America, and they had a factory. So she says, there's a cousin of mine came here. He speaks the same language that you do. Give him a job. Nobody wants to give him a job because he doesn't speak English. So they say, okay, let him come in. We talk to him. So I went there. We talk. They say, okay, you got a job. So I start working there. My first job when I walked in on a day, they took a broom and a shovel. Say, okay, make sure the place is clean every day. You sweep around all day long. Make sure it's clean, everything, and that's your job. Okay. And that's how I start working there. Okay, I was doing that, but then if I had a few minutes, I looked what other people do. They had a factory of wedding bands. They were manufacturing this, so they had machines and all kind of things there to do with it. Hand engravers, diamond setters, but I didn't know anything about it. No idea what jewelry is even. But I was looking, and then I start slowly helping, doing work. And I start speaking English with the workers. One word, two words, one word, another word, another word. And slowly, I learned how to speak English. With them was good because the owner spoke Polish or Yiddish. So it was easy for me because they were telling me what to do, explain me, and that's it. But the rest of it was good because they wanted to say something, but slowly I learned. And I worked for them. Altogether, I worked for them for 10 years. After 5 years, they made me the manager of the place. So I was already more comfortable making a little money, and my life was a little better improved in everything. And then, after 10 years, there was one guy who had also a jewelry factory, but there were only 3 people working, him and 2 others. And he used to come, because some of the workers there used to do side work for him. And then one day he came and he tells me, I got friendly with him. He tells me, I'm retiring. That's it. I have enough. So I'm going, thinking. After a few weeks or so, he's retiring. Maybe I can make some kind of deal with him that he can take me. Maybe I don't have money to buy him, but maybe he can stay, not work. I work there, and then slowly I somehow pay him off, something to do. So I talked to him, and I told him the idea. Forget it. I'm not selling the place. I'm closing it. I say, why? Why are you doing that? His answer, because nobody can make such a good wedding bank that I do. I don't want to ruin my name. I said, okay. So if I work for you, you will teach me. You show me exactly how, and I make a better wedding ring yet. You'll be proud. Anyway, after all this talk, he agreed, and he sold me the place. I didn't have money, so I got together other guys to invest. So they helped me. I bought it, And I've been in this business for about 5 years. I developed the company, built it up, got a good name in this business, till I finally retired and sold the place. My family life started when I met my wife. Well, I was not a wife, my girlfriend. We got married. We have 2 children, Anne and Isabella. Then we're happy because we have 4 grandkids. Isabella has 2 sons. Anne has 2 daughters. Lovable kids. I consider them not their grandkids. That's my kids, simple. Well, the message, I would say, as a Holocaust survivor, I repeat, first thing, that regardless who you are and what you are, as you mentioned, students or grown-ups, makes no difference who they are, I'm repeating it, that they should understand that what happened during the Second War, which was the elimination of the Jewish people, regardless if those were through concentration camps, labor camps, hiding, or direct killing people, that's what happened cannot be forgotten. We all have to be aware what happened. Because if this could happen, that one person, Adolf Hitler, could, through his through his power, create a fascist nation and kill 6 million Jews. And let's not forget that besides killing the 6 million Jews, he killed another 5 million non-Jews. So to say that only Jews were killed, that's not true. There were others that they were killed. So if there could be killed at that time already, they could be killed in the future too, not only Jews. In other words, that we all should get together and be aware what happened in those times. We shouldn't segregate ourselves and say, no, we only know. Or Christians, or Jewish, or Muslims, or Hindu, or whoever. We human beings. And those were human beings. White, black, brown, or whatever. They're human beings. And they were human beings. And a person could go and killed. So if we make sure that we remember what happened, we have a chance that this will never repeat itself. That's as far as a Holocaust survivor, I can say. Now, as a survivor going through and continuing living in any society, going through hell, I will say. But if you want to accomplish something in your life, it depends on you, nobody else. It depends on you, I repeat, because you can go, you can stand up and try and do it. Because if you're not going to try, you're never going to know if you could do it or not. Simple, very simple. So why don't you try? Be positive. Be friendly to people. If you cannot succeed with one item, for whatever reason, don't be discouraged. Don't give up. It's very easy to get up and then complain. Do it. And then you'll be happy because you accomplished something, and you're proud of yourself, and you're proud the way you live because you did accomplish something. So don't give up. Do it. And you'll be successful.